1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Make sure everything copacetic real quick. Yeah, testing. Howdy. What it do, everybody? Pull up, pull up, pull up. Started 2 minutes earlier. Give people more of a chance to pull up. Then I'm gonna start cooking. But in the meantime, in between time, hold up. Why some? Let me know if y'all can hear me first and foremost, cause let me see something. Let me see something real quick, y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear me. This shit seems like it's mad fucking low. Testing out a new mic, y'all. So bear with me. Saying. Spreading the word. Just give me a second of spreading the word. Letting people know that we live. Okay. Spread that word real quick there. While I'm sharing the stream, y'all can do that too. Go and tell them we are live. Oh yeah. Pin this link. Hold up. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me make sure. Yeah, bam. There we go. Why they fucking label this shit different? Whatever. What's good, Black Star? What's goody, man? For the first time in a while, no other wrestling news other than Will wanting Stephanie, man. Hey, man, you already know your boy stay on the job. I know it's everywhere when they came to that particular pick, but come on, B. Where you got it from first? Be real. What the council members got that pick from first? You know what I mean? I got my sleuths out there. Wait for more people to pull up, then I'm gonna drop the floodgates. What I wanted to say is, right, we have to learn to stop hate watching all the time when it comes to wrestling, especially when it comes to WWE, right? I get it. You don't want your intelligence to be insulted. You want to, you know what I mean, be thoroughly entertained from top to bottom of the show. Granted. But it's like, if you feel that you not feeling a particular show, it don't matter if it's wrestling or not. It could be any other show. If you're not feeling that motherfucking product, just leave it the fuck alone. Just like if it's some nasty ass food, are you gonna keep eating that nasty food? No. Maybe if you're in jail, you'll keep eating that nasty food because you have no choice. People need to stop this shit. Like when it comes to, oh, I'm just gonna watch Raw just to find the bad. Cause you know, Raw being trash is like basically been the most popular topic for like what, 8 years now? And I get it. But like for instance, people will expect Triple H to just turn fucking shit into sugar overnight. What is wrong with y'all people, man? Everybody's saying, oh, this is the same Raw that we got a week ago. This is the same Raw, this and that. You know what I mean? A couple of weeks ago. Of course it's going to be the same fucking Raw. This is what I'm talking about with y'all motherfuckers. Y'all swear to God that y'all loyal and shit, but y'all really not. Y'all want to be loyal to Triple H or whatever, right? I guess you could say he doesn't make the quick transition as fast as you want it. Oh, it's the same old show. Oh, Triple H is already failing. Like, yo, don't you understand? This dude has to basically build momentum towards, you know what I mean? Like, I'm switching the show up. You can't just switch the show up overnight just like that. Because y'all will complain about that then. Y'all will complain and say, oh, what happened to this storyline? What happened to this storyline? See, look, Triple H is in charge and he did this and he did that. It's like, yo, damn. And I understand, like, when shit is whack, call this shit out. But it's like, yo, this new Triple H got back into power, like, what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago? When it comes to creative, he has to fucking keep certain stories, like fucking Judgment Day, going. And I understand that. Even though I hate it, because Judgment Day doesn't have to be overbooked like this. But I understand, I get it. You can't just, oh, now you in full power creative, just take Judgment Day completely off TV to start a new storyline just like that. It don't work like that. Stories have to fizzle out while you gradually build another one. Damn. What's good, Ballet? What's good, Henny? Black Sauce said we ought to blame for TK going full-blown TK. He is the product of his own toxic environment. As far as Triple H is concerned, just like TK, you got to be patient. It is what it is. Yeah, like TK, that's like a completely bowl of cereal right there, or a completely bowl of Coke, I guess you could say. Well, when it comes to Triple H, remember Triple H, yeah, they put him in charge of creative when Vince McMahon was going through what he was going through at first 2 years ago. But look what happened. He peeked his head back out, which is Vince McMahon, and was like, you know what? It's WrestleMania season. I want to come back. I'm not gonna book You're not gonna book WrestleMania season without me. And push this dude Triple H to the side, and Triple H goes creative control. You know what I'm saying? That's the first time he goes creative control. As a matter of fact, probably the second time he goes creative control. Because remember what he did with NXT? Push this dude, Vince McMahon pushed this dude Triple H out the way. And granted, I guess he did that because NXT wasn't really getting no bread. But this is one thing motherfuckers got to understand and remember. Yo, NXT is not going to get no fucking money if the stars of NXT go to the main roster and basically get squashed or name change, all types of fuckery and nonsense. The people that love the black and gold brand, which is myself, we want to see the same characters as on NXT go to the main fucking roster. We're not going to be invested the same way if it's another way around. You trying to reprogram for the casuals, granted, because the casuals don't know who a Keith Lee is, or who's all the motherfuckers that went up there that got buried, or Aleister Black, or Ricochet. Oh, Viking Experience. Remember that Viking Experience? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you do this? Why don't you just introduce the fucking the casuals to a particular person that you bring up from NXT? But I'm getting too far off the point. Sorry about that. My main thing is Triple H has to do what he has to do. Shit got to get finished when it comes to the storylines, the flow of the storylines, whatever the case may be. He can't just start working up new storylines, especially at the top of the card, just like that. Because y'all motherfuckers will complain about that shit too. I know I would, because it's like, okay, y'all put us through all this fucking torture and drama with Judgment Day. Don't just stop it now. Keep going with it. Finish that shit off and let's move on. Another thing I wanted to talk about. Mankind for this horror history month. You already know, I'm not really much of a fan of Mankind, but I get his contributions to the game. Him being like the spooky character. You got Mankind, you know what I'm saying? You got Dude Love was scary when he danced, I'll say that. We're gonna talk about that. We're also gonna talk about it's Scott, right? If y'all seen that Sasha Banks, that vid of Sasha Banks basically going in, not really going in, but having a few words for that particular fan that basically tried to say, "Oh, we know why you left WWE because of creative differences, whatever the case may be." Matter of fact, let me pull this shit up real quick. I'm gonna play the clip of what Sasha Banks said, and y'all tell me, was Scott right? Because Scott always said, "Oh, she's an entitled bitch. She's nasty. She has an attitude problem." Let's say y'all. Yeah, man, Mankind, the Boiler Room matches, he's known for that. He's known for bringing credibility to the Hardcore Championship. Well, hold on, let me Floodgate time. Why it always does this shit? God damn it! Really? Hit that like button too, B. Don't play with me. Got 9 people in the chat. Appreciate all y'all. Remember, the thumbs up is free. Got to keep those thumbs up. Like I'm definitely appreciating the shit. We started an average over 10 likes a vid. You think dude was a clown, right? Yeah, because especially when it comes to the first question, that's the first question you ask. Well, we're gonna talk about it. Because I'm like on both sides of the fence. Because Sasha Banks definitely has that stigma of people talking about, oh, her being a bitch, have attitude problems, whatever the case may be. So her in that video, for face value, it does make her look like a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. And I could also say we didn't know what happened before the camera went on record. We don't know, but how she handled that, I think she could have handled that a little better. And I get that you're gonna be annoyed. And I get that there's these weirdos in the wrestling community that come out the woodwork and be on some fuck shit. But you gotta know how to hold your composure. Thank you. Oh man, the floodgates is open. Oh yeah, I knew Scott was gonna run up here. But hold on, I'm trying to look for the video real quick. I wanna play the audio. Let me play the audio for the video real quick. I'm still waiting for some more likes because thanks to you guys, we starting to average more than 10 likes a vid. So let's get it there. Let's get it over 10 likes immediately. Why not? It's only free. Look for this footage real quick there. Give me 1 second. I see you, Black Star. I see you, Scott.
Hey, you have to watch the ending of NXT tonight.
Okay.
Like, do you want me to tell you, or you just
Now
want to
hold
find?
on. I'm looking for the Sasha Banks video real quick. I want Scott to talk about this real quick.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I already watched the video, and
Now, for everybody that wanna, I'm gonna play the audio for everybody,
and
so
I'm not surprised.
everybody can be up to speed. But go ahead.
I'm not surprised.
How can you say it's Sasha's fault though? I mean,
Look
the person
here.
asked her a
a
stupid question that only she knows.
it was a simple question.
But it was a stupid question.
Okay, here's the thing. NFL coaches, NFL teams, NFL players, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant got questioned dumb questions all the time. But did he ever belittle the media or a fan?
Well, he belittled the media a few times.
When
Let me ask you a question.
When it's warranted.
Let me ask you a question real quick. All right, you remember the Lisa Leslie interview with Gayle King, right?
Go ahead.
When Gayle King said something about Kobe after he died. Do you think that it would have been wrong for Lisa Leslie to go off on Gayle King?
Lisa Leslie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to look at that video. I haven't caught up on that. But I will say a video that I can relate to. It's President Obama. And not also just President Obama, but Senator McCain that ran up against him. First example, President Obama would do his interviews, and no matter the criticism or the dumb shit that some of these people would say, and they showed their dislike to Obama. One thing that Obama has always been credit for is he's not going to embarrass you as of insults, but he's going to be very intelligent. He's going to work. He's going to be able to answer a question with intelligence and intellect. And by the end of the day, that person who asked that question feels like a complete dumbass.
Okay, then how about this?
TKO was good.
Like you watched TKO. My bad.
And the next one was Senator McCain. So Senator McCain was going up against Obama. And politics kind of have a nasty thing towards each other. Well, this one, they really didn't insult each other. They just didn't have same political views. So a older lady who's a Republican
that Obama needed to go back to his own country.
Not even that. She was like, I don't trust someone running for president that's not from this country, who's a Muslim.
Yeah, I cannot find this damn.
And Senator McCain stopped her.
Hold on. I'm trying to find the video. I guess they took the shit down.
No, they didn't. I'm looking right at it.
Send it to me real quick. Send it to my
Your Virgo Bay asked you a question, Scott. She said, "How are you comparing a politician to a wrestler?"
Okay. The reason why I compare a politician to a wrestler, at the end of the day, a politician and a wrestler are two different professions. If you're a professional in your craft, the one thing you got to be able to handle is media and fans. As for the president, he has to handle the media, but he also has to handle the critiques of other congressmen that's not going to agree with his views. That does not mean that if you disagree with me, I have the right to insult you.
The one person I know for a fact that was similar to how Mercedes answered that question is Dana White, and Dana White throws a few little F-bombs to that.
Honestly, when we look at Dana White, I just look at honestly, he's just not a professional. He
wants to keep that same energy though. You got to keep that same energy. He wants to be a badass, but it just comes off really cheap and corny to me. If you're gonna talk about Mercedes like that, you're gonna have to talk about Dana like that.
Yeah, and I really don't give shit. I've never cared about Dana White, but for Sasha Banks, she could have handled that a whole lot better. And she's wondering why she gets this label that she's a bitch. And I'm probably not the only person that thinks this. But if I was a PR representative of Sasha Banks, I'm going to have a sit down with her and see. Now, explain to me what was the point of
doing you be supporting this bitch ass nigga?
Who?
I'm not going to say his name on here. The vid that you said, yo, fuck that nigga, yo, he's a bitch.
No. I just seen the video. I don't care about who the guy is.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm not gonna say his name. But fuck that nigga, yo. He a bitch. He don't stand on the shit. He don't stand on the shit that he fucking said in the past, and want to sit there and try to victim blame and shit like that. That's why YouTube took down your channel, you cornball ass bitch ass. You know what the fuck you said. So don't ever question my credibility again.
Huh?
Not you. I'm talking about this motherfucker. Like the vid that you sent me, I see where you got it from.
I mean, I just looked it up and I just found it. I was
he a lame. He a straight lame. He a straight lame.
The guy actually.
Anyways, I'm gonna play the video real quick.
I messed up in this.
Yeah, I missed something.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, excuse me, I just want a little mini rant. I'll let y'all know behind the scenes.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Because this dude is like, he a straight bitch. But anyways, I'm gonna play the video real quick and we'll take it from there.
Yo, TKO, you got the ending of NXT, right?
Really? Hold on. I was gonna play the audio for the video.
No, but I was trying to talk behind the video. That's what I was trying to do.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all just give y'all opinion on how she was sounding.
Okay. I got you.
Can y'all hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you
Can you turn it up a bit?
You gotta get turned up.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, it is really low. I can hear it. It's just fucking low.
Okay, there you go.
You can hear it?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna bring it back one more time. Give me a second.
I was New Japan Wrestling training. I know that you have left WWE because of the creative issues. So that's what I read.
Oh, that's what you read. You weren't there. So no.
So what's the real reason?
Why would I tell you? Why would I just tell you?
I want to know.
You ain't gonna see my interview. You ain't gonna read my book. You ain't gonna see me.
I do all that. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Wait. Then you just wait.
I got you.
Okay. Cool. Thank you, JJ. Appreciate you. Keep on reading your fiction books, okay?
Listen to her. Don't listen to yourself.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, we can.
I know that
I'll play it one more time just in case with the people in the back.
Come on, who supports this bitch?
I was New Japan Wrestling training. I know that you have left WWE because of the creative issues. So that's what I read.
Oh, that's what you read. You weren't there. So no.
So what's the real reason?
Why would I tell you? Why would I just tell you?
I want to know.
You ain't gonna see my interview. You ain't gonna read my book. You ain't gonna see my.
I do all that. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Wait. Then you just wait.
I got you.
Okay. Cool. Thank you, JJ.
All right, there it goes.
Sorry.
Well, did y'all hear that in the chat, y'all? Did y'all hear that in the chat?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Can I say my opinion though?
Go ahead.
Like, okay, if you're going to ask that question to Mercedes and you get that type of answer, she could have clearly said no comment and just left it at that.
That's it.
But she decided to throw her own 2 cents in. So just let her do it. It's a free country. Let her say what she needs to say.
Yeah, and that's what I was alluding to before you guys had pulled up. You know, I was like, you know, that did make her look crazy. I understand if he was in a character, I guess, because she's supposed to be a heel. But it's like you got this stigma. Even when you was a baby face, you already had the stigma of you having a nasty attitude. And you basically giving the people that said that more fuel.
This is even with MJF. MJF is a fucking douchebag when he's wrestling. But if you
he's a douche outside of wrestling.
No, not really.
That's not a good example.
Yo, you know what? I'm done with Tove.
No, really. He's actually a cool. MJF is a cool dude outside of wrestling.
Yo,
boy.
Oh my god.
I have seen enough interviews where he's not wrestling and he's not playing character, but he's on another show. And dude is a really down-to-earth individual.
But he's an asshole, though.
No.
He's not an asshole. He's an asshole.
He acts like an asshole of character, but if you go to another radio show, he tones it down, and he's actually a likable guy. They just like the fact that he's an asshole as a wrestler. So they sometimes MJF don't even want to play that character, but he does it because he's so liked on it.
Virgo Bay said, first off, what's going on, Tove? You's a mess.
Oh my gosh, but they stop with that bullshit about
hold on. He said, but they love holding women of color to a different standard, like she hasn't been antagonized and followed to her home by wrestling fans.
I have a question. Why every single time when we act a damn fool, it's always got to be something of color?
Well, it's a fact.
It's who she is.
It's
you can't change your skin color.
Yeah,
because when Charlotte acts like a bitch, she's considered a queen.
No, but we gotta stop.
I agree. I agree with Sandman because I agree with Sandman. My first girlfriend was actually Latina, and there was something she did all the time back when I dated her that I didn't care for. And years later, years later, after we broke up, we had a conversation, and a Latina woman, she admitted to me that a lot of Latina girls, when they act bitchy, they tend to use a lot of nationalities, right? They tend to use certain slangs if they're acting bitchy. And so back then, when she used to get an attitude, she used to always be like, "Oh, I act spicy. You know, I'm in my spicy mood today, or spice mode, or whatever." She admitted to me that, like, you know, isn't it interesting how like nationalities of girls can be a bitch, and there's like a term or a slang for it, but then if a black chick does it, it's just like, oh, she's a bitch. And she admitted this to me. She admitted this to me. So I actually agree with Sandman.
24/7.
I agree.
I don't care what race.
Here's a perfect example. Here's a perfect example, Toph, for everybody here. A perfect example is, you guys remember when Jungle Boy was at a speaking engagement, I think it was.
Oh, he was just an idiot.
Like a Roundtable. And Jungle Boy is acting the same exact way Mercedes acted. You can't say that Jungle Boy is just we're just tired of the questioning and stuff like that.
As a matter of fact, I think Jim Cornette.
Mercedes is Turbo Bitch. It's Turbo Bitch 5000.
I think Jim Cornette covered that, and he called him a fucking idiot.
Because that's what he was.
Jim Cornette been calling Jungle Boy an idiot ever since he saw him.
Is he wrong?
He kind of gave Jungle Boy a little credit, but when he got on that interview and didn't act like he didn't want to be a wrestler, he's like, "You fucking moron! Why are you in the business?"
I agree with Cornette. Like I've been told y'all about Jungle Boy. I just sort of liking him when he turned heel, and you know what I'm saying. He tried to, I guess, build a character. Like this
You
dude has
started
been a
calling him Jack.
fake caveman for fucking 9 years. Get the fuck out of here.
He was, like everybody here knows my opinion on Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy should have got fired along with Punk.
I agree.
I mean,
Because I was saying from before,
two idiots causing an altercation. Yeah, you should be fired.
and that's the thing. He did something he wasn't supposed to do, and he asked multiple bosses if he should do that glass spot. They told him no, and he still did that shit. And not only that, spoke shit into the camera.
I actually laughed at that.
To exactly the wrong person to talk shit to.
Oh damn! Your Virgo base say you just don't like women.
Oh,
Just like, oh, what the
Virgo,
fuck?
please.
Jesus,
I just don't like that bullshit that women always try to make an excuse that I don't believe in women being victims. You want to hear real victims? Come to the military and speak to the women that get sexually assaulted. Those are victims, not when an opinion is different or you act like a bitch. So spare me, Virgo.
Wow. I'm not in this.
about time you're not in. Like about motherfucking time you the one that be stirring shit up the most. Nah, I'm fucking with you.
Art, I know I ain't trying to go left about this, but I give credit to women when they deserve it. I'm not going to give it to them just.
You're not going left. I feel you. I'm the same way. Like
I'm
it's
not
like everybody should be held to.
Yeah, I'm not the type that's going to pander to a woman just because she got some looks.
Hold on, I feel you. And I definitely understand. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the same way. Like you know what I'm saying? Just because you pretty don't mean you just get the pedestal underneath your ass.
Let me just give my opinion.
Well, let's really be real though, my dude. Let's really be real. You have to be told. Let's really be real though, Scott. You was campaigning for Charlotte Flair for a minute, and that's the epitome of white privilege.
Actually, all I liked about Charlotte was just her ring attire.
Charlotte fucking sucks.
Everything else about her is fucking crazy.
Tati said, "Hold on, wait. Before I don't want to. I just want to keep shit in order. You know what I'm saying? I don't want motherfuckers to skip turns or whatever and cut people off. I want everybody to get out what they got to say. But I also gotta have the chat come up in here and talk their shit too." Tati said, "As a black woman, I agree with Virgo Bay. We respond the same way as a white woman, but the black woman is a bitch or ghetto or tough to deal with. I can't stand that shit." That's what Tatiana has said.
All right, then why everybody love Michelle Obama so much, Tatiana?
While they answer that question, go ahead, Tove.
Yeah, this was all news to me. I hadn't heard anything all day, so when I saw the title, I just went ahead to Twitter or X, whatever it's called, because you can find anything on there.
I'm not calling it X because that's a bunch of pure.
Yeah, so I listened to the clip, and all I got to say is it must be a really slow news day. I expected way worse. First of all, I actually agree with Mercedes when Mercedes was like, "Why would I tell you?" I agree. Like that was not smart on that fan. Like it's an autograph signing. There's a time and there's a place. Like that. There's an old saying of reading the room. Autograph signing is all about positive vibes, meeting. And why would you ask? Not just her. Why would you ask any wrestler a personal question like that? Like unless you're like an interviewer or a podcaster with some kind of clout, like. Why would you? That wasn't smart on his part, first of all. And it was the way she said it too. She was like, "Why would I tell you?" Like, I agree. I think a lot of fans, and I'm not saying this particular gentleman was the case, but I think a lot of fans, they feel entitled because it's like, oh, I paid money to see you, therefore, like, you owe me. Like, they don't owe you anything. So I don't think that was smart of him to ask. Could she have said it in a nicer way? Sure. But I expected like far worse. I thought she was going to call him a mark or something. So I just think that really just also shows you that people get easily offended or triggered. And I know that she doesn't have the best track record with fans. But again, like I've seen far worse fan interactions before. And I feel like if it was a white wrestler or anyone else who said something, this wouldn't even be news. But because it's Mercedes, it's like, oh, fuck her. So I'm actually gonna agree with Sandman here. Is that if not, and it's not just a black female thing either. It's black folks in general. We can't respond the same way other folks do. Because if we do it, we're vilified and we're just looked at ratchet, ghetto, or whatever. I agree. She could have worded it better, but just the way she said when she was just like, "Why would I tell you?" Like, I agree.
I also said that she was in character.
I'm not going to do the autograph.
Scott,
Scott, tonight you're public enemy number one.
Hold on, wait. I'm definitely appreciating the feedback, but give me 1 second.
Oh, my bad.
No, y'all good. Right. Also, I was saying if she was in character, then cool. You know what I mean? Because isn't she supposed to be a heel now? Cross seas in Japan or whatever the case may be, she's supposed to be a heel now, right? Mm-hmm. Now, if she's healing it up, cool. Especially if she has a book coming out, she's on a Jada Pinkett Smith shit, cool. But if that was genuine energy, how she really feels, it's not a good look.
You ain't wrong.
And like I was saying, also I said, you gotta have tough skin when it comes to this shit, B. Yeah. Like how long she been here? 12, 13 years, and you still getting bothered? How could you still be bothered by the same thing after all this time?
No shit, Art. This is exactly why they don't. This is why they never gave her the responsibility or put the title on her for long periods of time. Because people just think, oh, you get the title based off your in-ring performance. That's not the case. The reason why John Cena got the luxury and gold like the way it was because he knew that when he was outside of that ring, you are a representation of the organization that you're representing. And if John Cena would have acted any bit of the way Sasha Banks responded, 9 times out of 10, that shit would have been some of the biggest.
Good and damn well.
Nah, bro. If Cena ever said something like that, nobody would have cared because he's a white dude.
Yeah, get him.
And plus, man, there's a lot of people that are in the wrestling business with bad fucking attitudes and still got the green light from the company.
I've seen far worse than this. Like I expected like some ECW type shit. Like this just tells me people get easily offended over anything. I thought she was going to call him a mark or the F word.
And plus,
she handled it better than I thought she would, honestly, because I thought it was going to go that way too.
Like plus, MJF has said far worse and done far worse.
Well, I will ask this: is any footage of her acting nastier than that? Like, is there any video out there?
No, just stories. Just stories.
Yeah, we only see stories.
Not at all.
Right. So there you go. So this might be the first time you actually seen Sasha Banks be nasty on camera.
That wasn't nasty, though.
It's not really ultimately.
That wasn't nasty,
though.
No. Like, I wish I could play this shit, but I'm not gonna play this shit given the fact that I got the source from.
Yeah.
But her body language, it came off as like she had an attitude.
And
why wouldn't you have an attitude? That was an inappropriate question. It would be like if all right, because Atlanta's like an hour away from me. Ashanti had a concert a couple of months ago over here. It would be like if Ashanti had a concert here, she's doing autograph signings, and I say, "Hey, Ashanti, did you fuck Irv Gotti?" Why would I ask her that at an autograph signing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so what the fuck are people talking about? Like, this is fun.
That's a great analogy. That's a great analogy.
I'm not getting an attitude to anybody here at the Roundtable. I just want to make that clear. Like, to me, the big takeaway of this story is that
was a great point.
The big takeaway of this story is there's a lot of people out there who just can't read the room. There's a time and there's a place for shit like this. You want to ask a personal question? You ask them like if it's just you two chilling, but like in a public setting at a fucking autograph signing, what the fuck is wrong with you? You got ADHD or some shit?
He was looking for shock value, in my opinion, because I was actually there. I was actually there for that signing.
Oh, you was?
Well, here's another thing. The reason why we don't hear a lot about the shit back in the past, there was no media. So I can imagine some of the unprofessionalism that came from professional wrestlers. You gotta be careful in this business.
Here's the point. But here's the point, Scott. Just call it professional wrestling. Professional wrestlers just doing what they do. I mean, for goodness sakes, Jim Cornette said a lot worse. MJF done far worse.
Right.
Jungle Boy done worse.
What if that shit would have went left and there was a serious altercation?
MJF threw a drink at a little kid.
No, that was just
no way. You can't top that.
That was stupid. I don't know what the
Well, yeah. Here's the thing with
I'm
that.
shocked he got away with that.
Yeah, that was a little extra, and I thought it was crazy because they were saying it was tequila at first. I'm like, I know he ain't throw tequila in that.
To me, the worst thing that MJF did, and like nobody gave a shit, and to me, just tells you just like, you know, and in this case, MJF is Jewish, and I like MJF, and I know he was in character.
Yeah, I thought MJF
the worst.
too.
Yeah, the worst thing he did, and I was just surprised how nobody cared because, like, if a black person did this, like, they'd be canceled. That one segment with MJF and Brian Pillman Jr. when he was alluding to the fact that, you know, his dad was a crackhead, and then he was also talking shit about, like, you know, the sister that raised the family after Brian Pillman died. And he was kind of saying something. I forgot exactly what he said, but he was saying something about, you know, Brian Pillman should have pulled. Like he was going to say he should have pulled out, but before he even finished the sentence, like Brian Pillman Jr. just tackled him. Like that, and she was there.
Oh
too.
yeah, the
like the sister that
right?
raised him was like in the front row.
That's what happens when you have a weak boss like Tony Khan. This is
it wasn't that. Like it was a good promo. It was a good segment. It was good heat. But what surprised me was the fact, like he was saying in character some pretty like mean things, but like nobody on social media gave a fuck.
Some diabolical shit.
Wow.
Honestly,
you
I
know,
think
we got 10 people in the building. Thank you. Hit the like button.
I think there's a serious bias with some of the AEW fans because they feel like AEW wrestlers can't do no wrong, and it really makes them look bad in a set.
Nah, bro, it's not an AEW thing, man. It's just a difference between a guy saying something and a woman saying something, and a guy and a non-black person. If you know, because he's Jewish, you know,
it's selective rage, bro. That's what it is.
Yeah, selective outrage. Yeah,
it's just like cancel culture. We're going to cancel this person for doing something, but then we're going to look the other way for this other person who's doing the same fucking thing. That's
which is bozo shit. Which is definitely bozo shit. I never understood that shit. Never understood tribalism.
You know, I love Toni Storm too, and she's doing the best character work of her life. But the reality is, she quit. But when she left, the way she left, nobody cared. The company didn't care. But then when Sasha and Naomi did what they did, you know, you had Michael Cole, and he was just doing what he was told. You know,
bro, they
still
were
not over that shit.
They had the announcement.
It's very hard.
They went in. No. Let's not close over that. They definitely went in. They definitely went in on them. And then not only that, remember when this dude Brock left? They didn't say a word. This dude Brock left a half hour before the show. They didn't have no words for Brock. They begged him to come back, as a matter of fact. They begged him within the show, like, yo, please come back, please come back. But when it came to these women that was tired of y'all bullshit, dropped the titles on y'all desk and went about their business, y'all went live on air and said it was unprofessional. Fuck out of here.
The second Brock did what he did, and the second that WWE didn't do shit about it, that's when you should have known that those two aren't going to come back anytime soon.
Right, that's what I've been telling people. And people are now talking about, oh, Sasha will be back next year. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. A bridge, that bridge is not that. People are talking about, oh, you know, that bridge can be repaired now, but that bridge burned, bro.
That bridge burned. So with the Brock Lesnar situation, I think when he left, they were able to recover very quickly. They was able to recover very quickly.
Half an hour before the show? That's
Virgo Bay got a good point too. Now, what if it was a black wrestler that threw a drink in the kid's face?
No. Remember the shit that happened with Titus O'Neil all those years ago?
All he did was grab Vince's hand. All he did was grab Vince's hand and try to pull him to the side. This dude Vince fired him.
That was
fired him. Like, goddamn, But
there is
the
no
fans
way.
outrage
There
is
is
crazy.
there is
so
no
he
way.
just
Like if that had
suspended
been someone like fucking Ryback or like Bo Dallas or Heath Slater, like if it was just some like no.
No.
They wouldn't
I
have been
think
suspended.
if that was Mark Henry that grabbed Vince McMahon wouldn't have fired him.
There's only one person, or there's only one woman that Vince never touched, and that was Sable, and that's because he knew.
That's because he was too busy making out with her on camera.
He never
No.
Didn't he make out with her live on TV? Like, what do you mean?
I think Vince did more. I think
it don't matter. You can't be like, oh, I'm just a character. I'm just playing a character. That's like
I always think about
porn star saying, I ain't fuck your wife. I ain't fuck your wife.
Dude was making out with Sable all on TV.
That's
what
on
I'm talking
TV.
about.
He
It,
never
guys. I always think
sexually
about that
assaulted
other
Sable.
guy. I always think about that other guy. I forgot his name. The dude who was the manager for the primetime players, the one who made the Kobe
Abraham Washington.
Yeah. He made the Kobe joke, and they blackballed him. But then Big Show in a rap battle with John Cena made a Kobe joke, and nobody gave a shit. You know?
Wait a minute. What did he say about the Kobe? What was the Kobe?
It was a rape joke, the rape allegation joke.
Right.
All right, so it's one thing to make a joke about Kobe Bryant, the rape case, but when Kobe Bryant just died after a car crash, and you make a joke about that, that's pretty fucking tasteless.
No, this was years ago, bro. This was years ago.
Before Kobe died.
What?
Before Kobe died?
What the hell are you talking about, Scott?
No, I was talking about the Gayle King, Lisa Leslie interview. When Gayle King started talking about Kobe's rape allegations, I think like the week that he died.
Yeah, a lot of feminists were doing that. They couldn't read the room either. That's another thing.
That's why I can't stand feminists, man. They so full of shit, man.
Yeah, come on, you gotta expect when you're dealing with
the big takeaway from this whole
thing.
Hey,
look, don't do that. Y'all don't know who's a feminist that's watching this show right now. Don't do that. Y'all trying to start a war.
I didn't say anything.
He said, I can't stand feminists. You wildin'. Hey, his views don't reflect the other views of the members of the council roundtable.
I didn't say anything. I just brought it up. I'm sorry for bringing it up.
The big takeaway of this story is that,
especially with the videos you be doing, TKO. Like you trying to say that you got these videos out there, drip. You saying drip, but you can't. You doing the wrong thing, buddy.
Man, listen.
Man, look, TKO, I'm by your side. I'm the devil's advocate.
Well, of course you are, Scott.
You say what you gotta say, and you can't take it back. What's said is said.
But I get what it is. I've heard, man, people already don't like me for stupid reasons. So what else is new?
Fuck it.
Scott, you instantly turned into public enemy number 1 tonight.
I'm always public
enemy. Henny God said, I'm a feminist and I identify as a lesbian.
Oh, so wow.
God is fucking stupid.
I'll go out to him. That's right. There you go.
But anyway, before I get Sandman canceled, but I wanted to answer Black Star's question. Yeah, I saw the ending of NXT.
Yeah, like it was when Jada put the little fingers on her wrist saying TikTok.
Yeah,
it looks like she's gonna make her debut next week.
Man, it looks like she's teasing everybody. But I thought you was gonna talk about how they made it look like Carmelo Hayes is the one that attacked Trick Williams in the park.
Most likely because he did.
Well, they did, and they're probably gonna set up a breakup between those two. Yeah. I already see Melo turning heel.
Like, is he gonna turn super heel, or is he just gonna turn?
I don't think he has the ability to be a super heel.
All I know is they got too many heels on NXT, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they do.
On the main roster, though.
And then you got this dude, Dijakovic, coming back.
Dijakovic is that dude. I don't care.
Yeah, that's my guy. But I would say this: other than Hot Pockets, this episode is brought to you by
Ice Cube.
Doughboy.
Shut up, bitch.
Doughboy.
Hey, since I got
Like,
the picture,
make sure y'all keep those hoes in line. Like what my dude TKO would say. Fuck feminism. Slap those hoes. Now I'm playing.
Since I got the picture,
I'm playing around, yo. Shouts
got
out to everybody for pulling up, baby. We got 11 people in the chat. Yo, hit that motherfucker thumbs up. Everybody's awesome. Definitely appreciate everybody for pulling up. And this dude TKO, the womanizer, got his music out there too. So
do not broadcast that.
No, check this out.
I'm messing with you, my dude.
Check this out. As long as you can as long as you can spit a hot 16 and you got money, they do not care if you're a womanizer.
Right, I got a fun tidbit fact for you guys. Since I got the Ice Cube picture, to those that don't know, it's funny. A lot of people that saw the movie actually don't know this. The Boys in the Hood movie, the scene where Ice Cube's like, "Shut up, bitch," and then like someone started shooting, everybody runs. That was real. That wasn't fake.
What you talking about? That scene in Boys in the Hood with this dude?
When they got shot at when the shootout in Crenshaw Avenue happened.
Yeah. So when the person that fired the gun, he pulled out the Mac and shot it in the air.
Yeah. So the person that pulled out the gun, that was a real gun. And the extras, as well as Ice Cube and all the other characters there, they legitimately did not know that somebody was going to shoot. And they did that because they wanted to get a genuine reaction. So that's why that scene is so good, so real. And yeah.
No, but real quick.
There you go, Ballet. There you go, on Tove.
I mean, it did really sound. It did sound like a lie. It sounded like a real automatic machine gun. So I can imagine.
Yeah, it was a Mac. That's what he was letting off. It was a Mac.
My other favorite story is in Poetic Justice with Tupac and Janet Jackson. That cookout, that family reunion, that was a real legitimate reunion. And Tupac, as they were filming, they were like, "Hey, yo, let's go there." And then Janet was like, "We're not family." And then Tupac's like, "Yo, we black. We all family." So they went.
Tupac Shaker. Remember the Tupac Shaker?
Right. So they went there. And so that scene where Tupac's like, "Cousin, that was real." That wasn't scripted either.
No, Lucky.
They probably spoke to him like, "Hey, check this out. You about to be on a movie." Oh shit, that's cool as hell.
Yeah. But did you see that that guy who supposedly killed Tupac, his explanation for everything, saying that P. Diddy was the one who paid him $1 million to kill him?
Are you really?
We already talked about that. Diddy
I wouldn't be surprised. Come on.
Yeah, he gonna be. You remember that Boondocks episode of the the booty bandit? Yeah, Diddy gonna be chilling on him soon. Out of town.
I'm telling you, no. The reason,
I want man's butt.
Yeah, it's on Fleece Johnson.
The reason why I want P. Diddy to go to jail is it's not just the fact that he goes to jail. I want him to really be able to look Miss Wallace in the eye and explain to her, "I'm the reason your son is dead."
Yo, Scott, if that happens,
why would you want that?
Because the woman needs closure.
Scott, if that happens, bro, we're gonna get some New Jack City shit. She's gonna pull out a revolver.
Like she don't like. I don't think she needs that. Somebody telling her to her face, "There was the one." Like I don't know her personally. I'm just saying that I don't think she wants that type of closure.
Man, Art, you got to look at some of these videos on Crime TV, and you don't know what goes. God forbid any of us lose a kid or a brother or a sister. That is real rage and real hurt, especially when they don't know why their son or daughter was taken from them.
Yo, Scott, so you want P. Diddy to die a very brutal death, don't you?
In complete seriousness,
he needs to go to jail.
This is going to be a
don't you die.
He's not going to jail.
This is going to be a domino effect because eventually this trial court case is going to be on. It's going to be on television. It's going to be like national news.
Oh, don't televise this. Don't televise.
It's going to be surviving P. Diddy.
Yeah, just like that Amber Heard, Johnny Depp shit. That shit's it's gonna be on TV, and then they're gonna get a verdict. They're gonna get a verdict. They're gonna find this dude guilty, and this is gonna be a very important case, not just because of Tupac, but because it's gonna get all these other police, squadrons across the country. It's gonna all these other PIs gonna be like, wow, like so they took a 20-year-old case or a 20-plus-year-old case and they brought it back and they were able to bring it to a close. And now it's just gonna be like, what other cases? Oh, there's Biggie. Oh, there's Run DMC. Oh, there's Easy E. It's just a matter of time, bro.
Yo, you make a great point.
I thought Easy E. Oh, you mean like the fact that
the rabbit hole
is Suge Knight.
Yeah.
The virus.
That's how it starts. It's going to start with one case, and it's not going to end with Tupac. They're going to look at somebody else that was killed or died, wink, wink, 20, 30 years ago, and these cases are going to get reopened, reinvestigations, and Diddy's next.
O.J. Simpson's going to make a guest appearance.
He's next, too.
Oh,
right. So,
right. But here's the thing.
Yo, what's up, yo? Is it a full moon? Is it really Horror History Month? Like, this month been crazy so far on this fucking show.
Yeah,
I know.
It really is.
I've heard some crazy shit about Eazy-E for years. I heard he was. He was poisoned.
Hold on, wait. Diddy's gonna sing like Whitney Houston.
Oh,
Virgo.
Man. Yo, what is going on? Hold on. Let me go back.
Yo, Virgo Bay. This Virgo Bay. When Whitney died, this is my first time saying this live on air, bro. I may get fucking taken out. When Whitney died, I don't know if you guys remember that night. When she died, dude, it was a fucking blood moon, dude. It was the bloodiest blood moon I've ever seen in my fucking life. I was downtown in Atlanta, and I remember I was leaving a club, and it was a blood moon outside. I was like, damn. You know, like when you see a full moon, or like a blood moon, like it has like demonic energy and shit. And I just remember like everybody was crazy that everybody
like
was
a full
crazy
moon
that
alone.
night.
A full moon alone just makes motherfuckers turn up.
Why? It was a blood moon when she died. I remember I was downtown. I was like, man, like something's off because like everybody was like ruder than usual and madder than angry. And I was like, yo, man, I'm going home. Then I drove home. It was like a Saturday or a Sunday. It was a weekend. I know that. And then when I turned my TV on, I think wasn't there like some music show? It was like an award show, and Whitney was supposed to have a performance, right? But then she died, wink, wink, in the hotel, and they had to like improvise. That was just
like overdose.
Why?
Well, can we keep it honest? Everybody keeps blaming Bobby Brown for Whitney's addiction, where at the same time it was Whitney Houston that got Bobby into that addiction.
You know what it is? What was that? What was that show? I think it was
Whitney was big on drugs.
Yeah, like they showed
was the biggest singer
they had
in
a reality.
Was it the Bobby Brown? Was it the Bobby Brown
reality show? It was their reality show that exposed that.
Or was it the Bobby Brown?
Nah, like that Barbara Walters interview when Whitney Houston said crack is whack.
No, way before that. Way before that. They showed when they first started hanging out. Whitney, according to that show, Whitney was was the one that was basically using her nose as a vacuum at first. Really? Bobby was just smoking weed.
Yeah, Whitney.
And then when shit, you know what I mean, I guess gradually he started sniffing too. As a matter of fact, didn't this dude Bobby, according to the show, I think he fucked his leg up and he really couldn't dance like how he used to, and that depressed him.
Right. What fucked up Whitney? If she was here today, like if she had come today, it wouldn't have been as big of a deal, because what hurt her was that she came from that very religious family, church upbringing, and back then, before social media, your reputation was everything. So there was an expectation for how you're supposed to act, and whether she was into women or not, that's I don't really care about that. But today, in the year 2023. There's more openness to stuff like that. Like you can be a religious person and vape. Nobody cares. You can be a religious person and like drink. Nobody cares. But like back then, you had to have like that girl next door type shit. Like Brandy. Like remember when Brandy first came out, she had like that girl next door thing, squeaky clean, So that probably didn't help. But nowadays, nobody really gives a fuck about stuff like that.
Man,
that's
check
not
this
how it
out.
was in the 80s.
If you was in the church, you already knew most of the girls in the church were freaks. They just posed.
We know, Scott. I'm just saying that was the perception back then. You know what I mean?
And remember, Houston got hot during the 80s, which was they always say that cocaine was big in the 70s. Now, cocaine was big in the 80s when it came to celebrities.
Nah, it was mainly. I would say, like where we was at. Come on now, Scott. Especially where we grew up at.
Well, we had crack because we had crack because people couldn't afford cocaine. But when you're a high top celebrity like that, you're gonna be at some of the most exclusive parties. And honestly, it's very hard to be an artist because you're around that shit. You're gonna see people snorting up the little nose candy, and I hate to say it, they always say your deals are always done when there's cocaine involved or when you're playing golf.
Shit, when you fucking taking a shower or eating cereal, cocaine was a part of their life. Period.
Real quick, wasn't it Ray J that set the kill shot, or not the kill shot that gave Whitney the kill?
I never heard that one.
The killer knows.
But around that time, we did know that Ray J was with Whitney Houston.
Yeah, but I heard that Ray J was involved in that.
I never heard that part. I just know that around that time, Ray J was with Whitney Houston.
I think Whitney was too much for Ray J.
I don't know if this is true or not. Maybe you guys can confirm. I heard a story years ago that like before any of the shit with Bobby Brown happened, somebody was trying to hook Whitney up with Eddie Murphy, but then Eddie Murphy, I think someone had set up a date between them, but Eddie like ghosted her, like no showed. And that's how she met Bobby. I think they were supposed to. I think the story goes someone
Eddie
set them up on a date.
Eddie Murphy was saying, "You don't got a cock." Let me shut up.
Well, here's the thing. I think Eddie knew about Whitney's reputation, and he was trying to stay away from that because he was trying to become a megastar.
Right.
What's that in the background? It sounds like somebody playing a fucking backwards record that's scratching.
I don't know. It sounds like the.
Oh yeah, it's you.
It's who?
You.
I ain't got nothing on in the background.
But Scott, man. So who are you gonna get in the draft? Because your season's basically over.
I don't fucking know.
Might as well think about it right now because your season's over.
It's looking like college ball is. It's looking like college ball is popping more than the NFL right now.
College ball is always more competitive than the NFL.
Caleb Williams probably played the worst game of his career on Saturday, throwing 3 picks in the first half.
Oh yeah, but what kills me is like a quarterback has one bad game. Oh, he's not NFL ready. Dude, stop. It's one fucking.
No. He's the best player I've seen since Andrew Luck. But
the only way Caleb Williams' career gets slaughtered if he goes to a team that just has a really bad structure. Like there is no
Giants.
Honestly, I think the Giants need a culture change. They just fix that offensive line before you bring in a quarterback.
A culture change. You need Jim Harbaugh, but Jim Harbaugh's not going there. Jim Harbaugh's probably going to Chicago.
And honestly, you have to be a certain type of athlete to handle New York media. And just because you're gifted, you can't. Some players just can't handle the media. Geno Smith couldn't handle New York media.
This year,
Aaron Rodgers could handle New York because he's a fucking asshole. I would have loved to see the way he talks to the media.
This year is a bad year for New York sports, man. I feel sorry for you. Scott.
Well, maybe the Liberty might pull something out their ass tomorrow. Who fucking knows?
The Knicks, they're going to suck hardcore. The Yankees, they suck. The Mets.
Yo, I swear to God.
We knew the Yankees were going to suck for
TKO, you need to put that on a T-shirt.
Anybody that's a New York Mets fan, y'all knew the score when y'all signed up for the fucking assignment. So.
Man, New York Mets fans, man.
How did you give up Jacob deGrom and start sucking immediately.
Check this out. New York Met fans is just Queens people from Queens.
There's like this New York Mets conference from years ago. Solo Monster has a joke about it on his podcast. It was a game a couple of years ago. They got their shit pushed in. I think they lost like 12-3 or something. And it was one of those little post-game conferences where they were just asking the coach, like, what do you guys think y'all can do to do better? Blah, blah, blah. Talking whatever. The interview ended. And the interviewer was like, have a nice day, sir, to the coach. And the coach responds back, go fuck yourself. just all he said. He just said, go fuck yourself. New York Mets are like they're like the real life version of like the Cleveland Indians from like Major League, except they fucking suck.
You got to understand. The Mets organization haven't recovered once Darryl Strawberry and Doc Gooden started messing with the cocaine. They haven't.
Here's the worst part about the Mets, and nobody's talking about this. They're still paying Bobby Bonilla.
That's the dumbest
shitload of money, and he's not doing shit.
Yeah, he
Doesn't he have a day named after him? Isn't it called?
Yeah, Bobby Bonilla Day.
Bobby Bonilla Day. He gets $2 million every year from the Mets.
The only thing Bobby Bonilla has to do is stay alive. He gets $2 million.
But
that's hilarious.
I wanted to check on you because I know you kind of going through it today. But are you okay after Monday?
Oh God, I knew this was coming.
Oh no, here we go.
Judgment Day about to be everywhere, even more now than ever. And you got Jimmy Uso to blame for that.
Before Sandman goes off, I will say this much. This is, I'm never going to believe that Vince is truly gone until that dude is fucking 6 feet under. But I will say this. The fact that you're having a Judgment Day flip-flopping the titles, this is how you can tell Triple H is getting more influence, because as I've ran it several times on the Roundtable, this is the same shit they did in the Attitude Era. Every single week, where the belts were changing hands every other week, every other month, is getting to that point. So, and you're seeing the booking with the Judgment Day. Dom lost the belt just to win it right back. Ben Balor and Priest lost the belts just to win it right back. And how much are you willing to bet Rhea Ripley now has a fatal five-way? A fatal five-way. That means she doesn't have to get pinned to lose the belt.
She's not.
Yeah, but you think
my prediction is that Rhea's not losing the belt until Mania, when she faces Becky.
I can't say that confidently in a fatal five-way.
I don't think.
The biggest part of this whole thing is that
they gave up on
these dudes lost their belts, right? You have Dominic losing his belt. You have this dude Finn Balor and Damian Priest losing their belt. Rhea Ripley hasn't lost her belt once. She's out here beating dudes up. Like, y'all look so fucking dumb. Like, this shit is ridiculous. Like,
man, if this shit was it, man, I'm gonna tell you this. If this shit was
Rhea cannot beat. We all know Rhea cannot beat Shayna Baszler in a real fight. So I don't even know why they even trying to make it.
No, when it comes to that particular situation, I'm all for it, because they basically rebuilding this bitch, but they should just keep going with it when it comes to the trajectory. Keep building Shayna Baszler. Don't stop. Make her look unstoppable, because there's ways for her to lose and make her still look good.
Man,
you know what I mean? And you got Raquel Santiago. You got what's other Nia Jax and all that. You know what I mean? They are definitely trying to rebuild the main event scene for the women's division.
You killing me with
that's impressive.
Raquel
I'm saying it right now. Get ready for it, dude. Nia's winning at that fucking Saudi show. Get ready.
You think Nia's gonna win? What?
I just told you it's a fatal five-way. Rhea doesn't have to take the win.
That doesn't necessarily mean Rhea's gonna lose. I mean, you saw the face-off. They already teasing Rhea versus Becky, so Rhea ain't losing that belt.
Fucking Vince or whoever the fuck's in charge of WWE.
Vince or whoever the fuck.
Yeah, we all lost. No, we don't know who's in charge.
But why you think
everybody's in fucking charge?
Yeah, but why you think
you in a business that got like more bosses than the talent.
Shit,
Yeah,
Kevin,
but why do you think Becky
Kevin Dunn's
Lynch got
probably
that
writing this
NXT title though?
Kevin
Why you
Dunn's
think,
probably writing the show while they at it.
man? Listen,
Here's my prediction.
That's why Becky got the NXT belt though, to keep her away from Rhea. That's it.
Here's my prediction. My prediction is that Jade beats Becky. That's how you take the title off her. Becky wins the Rumble. Beats Rhea.
Oh God, man!
Yo, I don't know. Yo,
What's
Oh,
gonna
hell
happen?
no.
Yo, where that yo came from?
yo,
Oh,
can we,
What's gonna happen?
can
I
we
That shit
guarantee
was on
you it
cue.
would happen that way.
can we freeze for a
Listen,
second?
no.
Why they got Jade Cargill looking as good as she's looking? She didn't look like that in AEW. What
Bro,
the
she's
fuck?
always looked good though.
She's
No,
always looked the same, bro.
it
We already
looks-
talked about this last week.
No, the money, man.
No, I know what Scott is saying though, because when it comes to basically the quality, when it comes to the quality of the presentation of the show, especially like if you're watching this shit on a fucking a 60 plus inch TV, you
Well-
definitely see the interest. You definitely see the difference.
Well,
Nah,
I
she's
give
wearing the
I
same
give
shit like
WWE
the exact same.
I give WWE props though. They are making Jade
Yeah.
look like a big deal, anticipating her debut.
Like, let me
Right.
say this. Like, let me
But
say
my
this
thing
right
is
now.
this: like, I'm not saying that AEW was, fucking up with her. They definitely wasn't.
They
They
just don't have
booked
the
her really.
money to make
They
her
really
look
booked
like
her
this.
good, very good.
But-
Maybe you know what I'm saying. Yo, Scott, I'm about to get you the fuck up out of here if we don't relax. Stop cutting me off, nigga. Damn.
Sorry, she was looking good to me.
I appreciate that shit, but relax. Now, what I was gonna say is that AEW definitely presented her well. It's just something different with the WWE when it comes to them putting on a fresh coat of paint to a particular anybody. It don't even have to be a wrestler. It could be a commentator. Like it happens. It's just
Thunder Rosa is already eyeing the exit. The way she's looking
Can
at
she even wrestle? What's going on?
doesn't
Her?
really matter. She's eyeing the
She
exit.
hasn't wrestled.
She hasn't been in a match in a while. I think it's a neck injury that she was, or a back injury.
I
she's
heard last
suffering.
I heard she was like getting better.
I don't know.
Back or something.
I don't know what her recovery is, honestly.
She's eyeing the exit because she sees how Jade is being treated in WWE.
Yeah,
She
she's
wants some of that.
No,
She
don't
wasn't-
forget, dude. Don't forget,
Nah.
dude. Remember when she went to WWE, they wanted her to be a referee. Remember that.
Exactly. And honestly, AEW hasn't really mistreated Thunder Rosa at all. Honestly, if you really think about it.
Yeah, you're right.
I
You're
think
right.
Thunder got some beef backstage with the other women. Like Britt
Allegedly,
Baker.
it was worked out, whatever it was.
I don't think it is.
I'm not sure. Her matches with Britt Baker looked way too personal.
Yeah, like all those shots
So
were
good.
extremely
Like
stiff.
they weren't bad matches, but still.
But yeah,
That
they wanted
lights
her to
out.
be a referee. That's why she said no, because she
Really?
she did a P. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know that. Yeah,
Huh.
she had a tryout for the PC, and they said we'll take you as a referee, and she was like, "Thanks, but no thanks."
That's not good.
She wasn't ready yet.
And if
She was
they,
ready. They're
if
just
they-
fucking stupid. That's all.
No,
man,
I mean, when it comes to WWE, they got a certain thing that they think you ain't ready. Like the only person that didn't get treated like that was Kurt Angle. If Kurt Angle didn't win the gold medals, they wouldn't have treated him the way they did.
Didn't
It's
you
a
see
quota.
WI?
It's
Well,
a
remember
quota
at
thing.
first they had this dude Kurt Angle as cowardly.
Now, what
You
it is,
know-
bro? I'm sorry, you gonna say, man.
Yeah, they had him as cowardly at first.
No, I mean, I get that. I'm
That's really
talking
good
about
work.
they was ready to sign him as soon as he won the gold medal.
Right. Well, what it is with WWE?
No, he
is
wasn't. What are
always
you talking about?
ECW was
Actually,
about to sign him.
No. Actually, Kurt Angle was gonna go to ECW first.
Yeah, that's what I said. ECW was about to
Yeah.
sign him.
Like, what is you talking about, Scott?
What it is
on
with
some
the
real
WWE
shit.
No,
no, wait.
What I'm saying
no.
is they did not hesitate. They was not.
Fuck out of here, man.
like,
Like, yo,
Really,
like,
Mark?
you gonna stop that? You really gonna stop that? You're just gonna stop doing that, my dude. I'll give you a lot of chances. You just be saying things. I do listen. I listen very well. What you're saying is crazy.
Yeah, all I
Oh
was
my
gonna say is
god.
what it is with WWE when it comes to their tryout process. It's a quota thing. If they have a particular wrestlers is trying out for them, and if for whatever reason, if they feel like, yeah, this person's good, but we already have enough talent similar to you, they just won't take you until eventually that quota opens up again. Like, oh boy, Alex Hammerstone, he applied for WWE like 3 different times. He's great, great look, great in the ring,
I
great
like
promo.
Alex Hammerstone.
But they got a lot of guys that are very similar to Alex Hammerstone, so
look like
they never took him. Another guy, oh boy, the Bumaye guy, Alex Kane in MLW. You know,
Yeah, he
he's
got
basically
beef
like
with
a more
Cardona now.
yeah, he's like a more serious, and I like Big E too, but Alex Kane to me, he's like a more serious, like kind of
Big E.
MMA version of Big E.
Yeah, he do
you
look
know?
like he look like
Right,
a
so
serious
they
version
didn't
of
take
Big
him.
E.
They didn't take him because they had Big E, and then oh boy, he had a match just the other day on Collision, I think, with Samoa Joe, Willie Mack. You know, he was going to be going to WWE, but then they already when he had his tryout, they had just signed Apollo, aka Uha Nation, and Uha he looked better than Willie did. Not that Willie can't go, but Apollo just had that WWE look that they like.
Apollo is a massive bust for WWE.
Yeah, well, that's because he doesn't have a character. He can't coon. He can't coon. That's why. If you can't
And
coon
their
in
first
WWE, you
mistake,
lie.
and their first mistake was them calling him up too early. Like he didn't,
Right.
he didn't excel. Like nobody knew his full moveset at all. Like
he's a great wrestler. He just doesn't have a character. He needs to get a character.
I feel bad for him. Truly,
I thought that Nigerian gimmick was a good look for him.
The Nigerian gimmick was funny.
Yeah, it was good. They just didn't go all the way with it. Like they should have gone like full on Black Panther, but they only did it for like what 2-3 months. They just gave up. So
exactly like his
As
biggest
a matter of fact,
his biggest match was against Big E. That was it.
I remember they did the little thing with Roman. Remember, like when Roman took him in, like as an understudy for a couple of weeks.
Bro, I was wondering where they went. Nowhere with that shit.
Right,
Yo,
right. They could have gone
we
somewhere
broke
with
a
that.
record, y'all. We broke a record. We broke a record for the most likes during a live session. Round of applause.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, good shit.
Yeah.
I bet it was that. I bet it was the music part.
Appreciate you guys.
Brought everybody
you guys
in.
are amazing. And we got another. We got one sub. Yay! Okay.
Nice.
Yo, Rosa does.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Rosa does SAP for AEW.
Yeah,
she does Spanish commentary.
Yeah, she
That's
out the
cool.
door. She ain't being treated well.
That's not true, but
The Phillies just went 2-0 on Arizona in the NLCS. They won 10-0. So yeah, this series is Arizona down 0-2 going to Arizona. But go ahead.
Man, fuck the Phillies. I hate everything. I hate everything that's Philadelphia.
Hey, but Philly's winning and the Giants aren't. The Giants, Mets, and Yankees aren't. So
man, just their fan base makes me hate that city.
well, Philly's gonna be the host of WrestleMania, so you can't hate it too much.
Yo, my admin is tripping. Yeah, it's on you, like, but just on me. That's you, motherfucker.
What?
What the fuck?
Yeah, you ain't see it in the comments. This is my my bot.
Oh, question. What you think about Lexus King?
I kind of like
we spoke about that from before, motherfucker.
No,
see, that's not you don't pay attention.
He has a new vignette. It's even better.
His debut is next week.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. You know what I mean? I like, given the fact that most of the wrestlers always want to coin the phrase that they're second or third generation wrestler. He's like the only one vocally saying he don't want that legacy. He want to make his own. So that alone is intriguing.
That's who Pillman should have been in AEW, to be honest. He should have been that.
Well, he tried. Remember, he didn't really. Well, he other than the name, I guess he was doing the whole varsity shit. Like he was the high school jock with Julia Hart.
That whole Varsity Blondes was just.
Like, plus, there was an opportunity for him to be that after Dark Side, like after that Dark Side episode, and MJF basically trashed him on national television. They should have just went in that direction.
Well, he's better now because he just wasn't good back then. You know, that's all.
And he actually looked like he's taking it serious. He actually got in shape now.
Yeah, what happened to him is, I've been following him since day one. He had a little good thing going on in MLW, the Hart Dynasty. Him, David Hart Smith Jr., and Teddy Hart. I really liked what they were doing.
Yeah, I remember that stable.
Yeah, they had a little nice thing going, but then Teddy Hart, being a fucking loser, he fucked up. And so he was gone. And then if you recall, or maybe you don't recall, because it was kind of a blink and you miss it, when COVID happened, David Hart Smith actually had a tryout for WWE. And he actually was in a dark match for that first SmackDown back with fans. And it was expected that he was going to come back, but they didn't hire him. Something happened. And so Brian Pillman, what happened to him was he was in MLW, and then when COVID first hit, the only companies that were still working was WWE and AEW. And so Brian Pillman, like, he was just stuck doing nothing. And so he wanted to work. And so that's when Tony Khan, he changed, because people forget, like, when AEW Dark first started, in the very beginning, AEW Dark was like Sunday Night Heat. It was a 1 hour show, 3 matches with a promo, and that was it. But then when we had COVID, he turned it into like a 2 hour thing where he was giving like all these indie guys work and something to do. And then Brian Pillman started working for AEW Dark, and oh boy, Court Bauer, he got mad because I guess he felt like AEW was taking his talent because MJF was, he was MLW, Tony Schiavone was MLW.
Yeah, wasn't he the heavyweight champion at one point?
No, not MJF. He was a tag champion, but he wasn't a heavyweight champion.
With him and Jeff Holiday, right? Right. Yeah. Like Court Bauer was mad, so he didn't want Pillman to leave, and it was like, and Pillman was like, bro, you're not doing anything with me anyway. Teddy's gone, Davey's gone, so he did what was good for him. So he went to AEW. The problem was that he was doing dark matches and shit for like 2020, and then when he finally got signed by AEW, like when he actually got like the all elite graphic and when he had a contract, by the time he got signed, by that point, the roster was too stacked. You had like Punk and Adam Cole and Danielson and Andrade, and then you already had guys that were being built up like Hangman and Sammy. And it was if he had been able to be there, if he had been able to be signed from the very beginning, like day one from 2019, maybe he'd be like where Darby is now. But like that didn't happen. So there was no room for him. He couldn't grow. There was too many sharks in the sea. And so he just got labeled the whole, varsity blonde thing. It didn't work. Julia's doing better now. She's found a little nice groove for character. She's improved. So he's always been a good wrestler. He just never had time to find out who he was as a character. He couldn't do it in MLW because he was in a faction.
I swear you love to ramble.
I'm just telling you the whole story. That's all.
Nah, I focus you on all that shit, and you all making great points. But geez, like you love to ramble.
Anyway, I hope he does.
Land the plane.
But I heard that Jeff
does well in the next season. I'm trying to say, I hope he does well.
Like, yo, Toph, like, is this true that Jeff Holiday had a tryout or that he already signed with WWE?
I don't know what he's doing. I know he had a good run going in MLW. He was diagnosed with cancer, and last I heard, he was in remission. I know he's been at different places. I know he's been backstage at some GCW shows. A couple of weeks ago,
he's very detailed, right, Ballet? Like he's very.
A couple of weeks ago, he was backstage.
He will let you know, like, look, a couple of weeks ago, that's the coffee he had,
and I do know he was at PC recently.
Coffee beans.
But yeah, I like Holiday. In a perfect world, I would love to see. I mean, it would be cool if he did. I hope he does well. So I like him. I like Holiday.
Like I like him too. Like I saw him wrestle a couple times. So like this dude's good.
Mm-hmm. He's to anyone who hasn't seen Richard Holiday. He's like a kind of like EC3, but more quirky. EC3 and TNA, not EC3 now. so.
I'm just glad that he's he's doing better now, and given that path that he was on. It's really sad, but you know, he's back to wrestling, you know, taking it one day at a time. And I always thought he was like a mixture of, I guess you could say a mixture of Randy Orton and EC3.
Mm-hmm.
He just gave me that vibe. The most
marketable. To me, Pillman Jr. and Holiday, they should be a tag team. But again, I'm not them, so.
Pillman's definitely good enough to be a North American champion within, I'd say,
mid-carter. He's definitely a mid-carter.
Yeah,
man, Pillman looked like he got it, man. He got that. He has an edgy promo. Like he's not. He's using Brian. He's using his father's personality, but he's kind of insulting his father at the same time. So I'm
he definitely is.
Yeah. What really hurts him? What really hurts him is that, you know, we've seen second generation and like third generation, you know, like wrestlers before. What hurts him is like because his dad's Brian Pillman, like just because of the way the business is and just because of the way the world is now, he can never do the shit that his dad did. It's just not going to happen, you know. So he'll never be able to live up to that.
But here's the point, though. Pillman Jr. Everything that he said is basically true. He died. He died when he was 4. Doesn't really know him.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So technically, he's his own person. Let him be that.
So R, you want to give us your insights on your favorite faction, or you just burnt out?
I'm never burnt out. I'm here, right?
Oh man, you want him to rant so bad.
Here's my thing, right? Oh my goodness. In a way, I don't know if I guess you could say how it was booked. It doesn't feel like Judgment Day is being forced as much as from before, but it's like, yo, this shit is still apparent that, yo, why the fuck did these dudes have to win the belts back? That's number one. Number two, you fucking had this dude Kevin Owens get traded to SmackDown to what? Feud with this motherfucker. What's that burrito eating
Dom.
Dom. Not only that, they're apparently they're gonna be in War Games. You already know they're gonna be in War Games, or they're gonna be a part of War Games.
Yeah, I saw that. What is gonna be war? What is it gonna be?
You got fucking Rhea Ripley
forming together.
Rhea Ripley just beating everybody the fuck up, and it's like maybe I don't have the energy for this shit because it's like, come on, I'm not gonna constantly rant on the obvious. I'm not.
No, on the positive side, you can blame Jimmy Uso.
Last week he was like, I'm so sick of this shit.
Because how can you not be? It's ridiculous.
Thank God she's not working.
Why do you have Judgment Day all throughout the week, all the time? Like they will have 3 segments.
Here we go.
3 segments a show all week. Why?
Let it go, R. Just release that energy.
Just let. Oh, I'm shocked you ain't taking it out on Jimmy Uso. He's the one that caused the shit.
You know what? No one gives a fuck about Jimmy Uso. That's
him doing that goofy shit. And I get it because they're trying to forward the story. Remember when this dude Roman Reigns said having the belt is a disgrace to the bloodline? Remember that segment when they were?
Yeah,
I get that, but it's like, come on.
There was no reason. They still ain't explained.
And it didn't have to happen yesterday. It didn't have to happen. Y'all could have built on that. Y'all could have just built on that shit and had these dudes. Hold on. Y'all could have just showed and built on that. You know what I mean? Have Jimmy, I guess you could say, lurking, whatever the case may be, built in the anticipation for the, you know what I mean, for them costing them the tag team championships. You could have did that. Don't hot tail the fucking tag team belts for what?
The only positive
I see. Judgment Day going? Where are they going?
The only positive I see is Jimmy interfering actually helps that alliance thing on SmackDown from a couple of weeks ago that went nowhere because it was like because that was a pretty big angle. Like, I was like, all right, so our Judgment Day and the Bloodline, like, are they not in an alliance anymore? So if he helped them win, maybe that will continue the story and lead up to War Games. Other than that, I agree with Sam, man. It was fucking dumb.
Look,
it's
what Ballet said. I'm over Rhea, and I like her. I love Judgment Day. I really do. But it's like, y'all actually trying to make us hate them because this shit is so unbearable. You got like 2,000 people on Raw alone.
For a matter of fact, Jimmy Uso isn't Marty Jannetty anymore.
Honestly,
Jimmy Uso is now Chris Harris from America's Most Wanted.
Oh, wow.
Oh Lord. I still want to know how the hell Roman forgave Jimmy Uso and brought him back into the fold after
because they don't know what the fuck can come up with.
After all the goddamn super kicks that to the head that you've given this man.
I completely agree. Are we supposed to forget this shit?
Like, how you forget this?
That? This dude just kicked him in the head. How many times? Even though this dude got cancer?
Hold on.
5 times, bro. Like, he kicked him 5 times in a row. Like, Jimmy Uso should have ate that spear last week instead of LA Knight. Good Lord.
Here it goes. Are slowly about to nuke.
I'm trying my best.
Hold on. Why did Roman just kill Jimmy right then and there?
I don't know. That's what I just said, bro.
That's
like,
it should have
been. I said it should have been Jimmy.
It makes Roman look bad too. It makes Heyman look bad because it's not just about looking bad. Because I've always thought that I have my issues with Roman, but I've always thought he has a very good presentation and good continuity. But Roman's just sitting there like, okay, like what? It's making
this dude completely disrespected you on many fucking platforms of every fucking internationality.
Right. Man, that's taking some of the edge away.
Like, what the fuck, nigga? Right. Dude, let's not do this shit. This dude is on the line.
If I was Solo, no joke. Like, if I was Solo,
I would look at this dude like you a whole bozo out here. You got this dude drinking water and chilling the fuck out.
Bro, man.
Interrupting his counsel.
Bro, I said it already. Roman should have speared Jimmy Uso instead of LA Knight, or at least have Solo take him out. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, what are they doing with Solo? Like, he's just there to get beat up.
They don't know, man.
Bro, Solo should have been challenged for a singles title. Like, how you haven't had him go for the United States title yet?
Oh no, that's got to be for Logan Paul. He got to be the United States champion.
Man, fuck Logan Paul. I don't.
Here's the thing about that, right? Here's the thing about that. See, the thing, if here's the thing about Logan Paul, right? If Logan Paul is going to be the U.S. champ, then they're going to have to work out a deal where he has to make more appearances, because if he beats Rey Mysterio, then that means your two champions on SmackDown are part-time.
Your two main champions are both part-timers.
So unless he worked out some new deal where he's working more dates, like Ray's got to win that. You can't have two champions where none of them are there. Like, no.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Well, hold on. I would say this though. I would say like, yeah, this dude ain't there. You know what I mean? This dude, Logan Paul.
He's not there his ass off.
But is this dude Rey Mysterio even defending the belt? He's dead. He did.
Defending the belt.
Yeah. Did he defend it like 2 weeks ago?
You heard that? You heard the two words? He did. Not he does.
Right.
You know what?
This Triple H is taking over. The only U.S. title run that's been good was that first one Lashley had. You were a big fan of that, Sam, man. He was defending it like on Raw.
Oh,
right.
When he lost
Right.
I want to know why.
He lost it to Theory. After that, like they haven't been. I won't say the U.S. title has been bad, but like it hasn't been good either. They've been putting all their effort into the Intercontinental title.
Gunther's best match was on Monday.
Gunther's match is every match he does. It seems
Gunther's been the MVP of Raw.
That match against Bronson Reed was just epic
Bronson Reed,
brutality.
Honestly,
And
I
guess
just
what?
say put the strap back on Lashley. You know, he did a good job with it. Give him
he already beat Rey Mysterio, so I'm like, why isn't Lashley
Right.
getting a title shot over?
Yeah.
You
Just
said
put
you're
the
gonna
belt
have
back on
Logan
him.
Paul.
I'm calling it
Instead,
right
you're gonna
now.
have Logan Paul's dumbass get a title shot. Come on.
I'm
I
calling
would
it
say
right
I
now.
would say this though. Whoever came up with the whole Lashley linking up with the Prophets idea, they should be to blame because where are they going with this shit?
I
When
know
it
they
comes
keep
when it
losing.
comes to the Lashley and the Prophets storyline, they don't even have a fucking name yet. How long has it been so far?
AKA street business.
He's
Yeah, like they
working.
should have been had a name before all this shit. Like it's like they searching through our comments or other podcasts or dirt sheet comments to look for a fucking name or a direction for you to
Guys,
buy.
this team
Fair.
was WWE.
And I
This
think
team
they
was
really
street
try to do that
business.
shit. I swear to
Just,
God, I really think they try to do this shit. They
just
try to be
call
like,
it
you know what?
street
Let's just
business
pair
and
some
call it a
black people
day.
together. This is come because Hurt Business is so popular. Let's just pair a group of black people together that's very popular and see what happens with it.
And that's why I
To
don't
be
support
fair,
that shit. I'm tired of seeing black wrestlers pair it up. Fuck that
to
shit.
be fair and absolutely honest here, I honestly think that Triple H is trying to piece together everything. The problem is that he's trying to do it on the move, and you can't do that.
This is the thing. He has to repair. Not only him, it could be anybody that's coming after Vince McMahon. Pause. You got to do a lot of repairing because Vince McMahon has conditioned a lot of motherfuckers to be a certain way. So it's basically you just creating a new tide and having the shit flow opposite way. That shit doesn't happen overnight. That's what I was saying at the beginning of the show. People is attacking Triple H and shit like that. And it's like, yo, y'all can't attack Triple H. You really can because look all the work he has to do. It's a lot of work.
I want to
He's trying to
attack
piece
Triple
everything
H
on the
on
move,
stuff
and
that
that's not.
I want to attack Triple H on things he can't change or help with, but I will attack him and call him out for things that he can do. So what I will do is I'll give them credit for this. I don't give a shit because it's just been so many years now. But for the first time in a while, we now have GMs on both shows. It actually has been quite a while since we've had this, you know, because for a minute there, it was just, you know, the Pierce dude. We have not had a legit like Raw GM, SmackDown GM. I think the GM concept is overplayed, but it's been a while since we've seen it. So since they're doing this thing where Pierce is the GM of Raw and Nick Aldis is the GM of SmackDown, and just based off these couple of past shows, Triple H clearly has his hands on the booking. All right. The thing that Triple H needs to do, if you're gonna bring back the GM shit, fine. But you need to treat this draft like it's a fucking draft. Why the fuck is Sammy complaining on Raw about
Thank you.
Why is he complaining about Owens on SmackDown like when I just saw this nigga on SmackDown like 2 weeks ago? Like, dude, like people can go wherever they want. So like if you're gonna continue with this GM stuff, fine. But you need to
keep them on the same show.
Like it's a draft, right?
Keep
Everybody
them
on
on the
Raw
show.
stays on Raw. Everyone on SmackDown stays on. It's not that fucking hard.
But wouldn't you agree,
Toph? But wouldn't you agree, Toph, that this time of year should be the time of year where people kind of like jump in and out of shows, kind of sort of.
I think the Rumble is the only time where you should see that because it's the Rumble.
Really?
You know, because because you know it's the Rumble because it's gonna have people from Raw and SmackDown. And as I heard, one of the things that Triple H was very adamant about.
Because remember, around that time when it comes to that, is you on the road to WrestleMania about to be, and the seeds is already planted, so it makes sense.
Right, and as I understand, one of the things that Triple H is very adamant about, and I will give him his flowers here, because since he's taken over, we have not seen this. It's been dead. Triple H was not a fan. He hated the Raw versus SmackDown Survivor Series bullshit. He was not a fan of that at all. Since he's taken over, they have not done any brand warfare bullshit. They've completely killed that off. So that's
What's
good.
the point?
That was a
There's
played out
no point in
concept
doing
anyway.
no brand
Like,
no
to
brand
me-
warfare at all.
To me, the only part that I see, or not part, like the only time where brand should face brand is Mania. I think that should be the only time. Like just have one match, which is brand versus brand, and then the rest kind of place it where it's supposed to be placed. I think that the only brand versus brand match in this year's Mania should be Jimmy versus Jay. That's it. Everything else,
I'm for that. That's what they used to
It's
do.
the way it
Remember,
is.
like when they first introduced the brand split, like Angle versus Michaels, that was a special attraction match. Raw guy versus
Right.
SmackDown guy.
Hey,
I think one year it was
One
what
of
was
the
it,
best
Batista
matches
and
they ever
Umaga?
had, too.
Hate to burst your
Right.
bubble, but it looks like they're gonna give us Jimmy and Jay at Crown Jewel.
God no.
I
Oh,
see it
Lord.
writing on the wall.
I mean, just the way that it's going, bro. I mean, I can't disagree with that because this booking's not it, bro. They can't
They
hold
might
off
do
until
two.
Mania.
They might fuck around and do two matches: Jimmy and Jay on Crown Jewel, and then again at Mania.
Yeah, but if they do that, there's gotta be a special stipulation.
But
And
this
when
is their
the
one.
fuck is Rikishi gonna show up? These are your two sons fighting each other.
I agree. Rikishi
me-
should have showed up like
Oh,
4 months ago.
please. What he go?
To me,
What's
the
the
second-
end game?
Please,
so what's the
man.
end
If they
game for
not gonna get,
Rikishi
please,
showing up?
man. If they not gonna get the
Rikishi
Rock,
giving
they're not gonna
Jimmy
get
the
Rikishi.
stink face? I don't want to see Rikishi giving Jimmy the stink
me-
face.
Wait, hold up, Scott. I think you mentioned a couple of minutes ago. I think you said like, what are they doing with Solo? I think in the worst case scenario, I think Solo is the emergency button switch
They're
because
gonna
this shit's
have
not
him
working.
fight Cena.
He'll fight Cena like at
Solo
Rumble
versus
or
Cena makes
something.
sense.
Yeah, he'll fight Cena at Rumble. I could actually see at Mania a 3-way. I could see Jimmy, Jay, and Solo in a 3-way, like as an emergency button if the Jimmy shit's just not working because it's not
To
working at all.
me,
I want Solo to go
to me,
full Umaga
the
and bring out
second
the-
match.
I
to
want
me, the
Solo
second
to go
match should
full
be-
Umaga.
To me, the second match should be in the cell. If you're gonna make the second match stipulation, make it in the cell.
Yeah, but you got to get fans to give a damn about Jimmy and Jay.
No. Like build up to it. I'm not saying don't build up to it. Build up to it.
Jimmy needs to just go to the PC and he needs to lose. Like, I'm not one to fat shame, but
He
he
always
needs
been
to
a
go to the
fat ass.
PC.
He lose some weight.
He needs to go to the PC and he needs to lose at least at minimum like 15 to 20 pounds. First of all,
No shit.
this dude's
Name-
just not it in the ring.
Jimmy
Name one-
never looked like he took the business serious. He's just
Oh.
there.
Toph, real quick, name one Samoan that had to lose weight that actually lost weight.
Well, I'm just saying he's just not good, you know. Like right
Yeah,
now,
but-
like these past couple of minutes, we're just kind of complaining about like the booking, but like fuck the booking. He's just not that good by himself. Jay's we talked about it. Jay's crisp. He's got good selling. He's athletic. Like Jimmy's just he can't do it, bro. Like
Even
real
Jimmy,
quick.
even Jimmy's clothes look generic.
Like a real quick story. There was a time where Yoko had to go to a weight loss train. I think at like Duke University. He actually gained fucking weight.
Yeah, bro, the
What do you
motherfucker was 600 pounds. He had to lose weight,
But he gained weight. He was like 630 by the time he came back.
and that's
but you know
why
what's
he had
crazy?
a heart
Yoko was
attack.
big, but he still was in better shape than Jimmy. He
Yeah,
could still
true.
sell his ass off.
Which is crazy because Yoko could definitely move.
even Undertaker said it.
Yoko was
He was
able
like,
to
he was
move,
so,
like,
he was so athletically gifted. If he could have controlled the weight, Yokozuna would still be alive.
Like the only
Here's
person
here's
who's
But
the
that's why we look at Jacob Fatu as like the second coming of Yokozuna.
Yo, Jacob Fatu is a beast.
Now, if he was in WWE, he
Right.
would clean up. Like, period.
Oh my God.
Oh, man,
Like,
if
we
Jacob
look at-
Fatu
we look at-
was in
You look at
WWE,
Jacob Fatu like a mixture of Yokozuna and Roman Reigns.
man, if
Right.
Jacob Fatu was in WWE, bruh, forget about it. His
Put
game-
Jacob-
would
put Jacob
absolutely
against-
put life into this bloodline story.
put Jacob against Solo.
I could see Roman bringing him in, and he'd be like, "Yo, Jimmy, man, you fucking up Solo. You my boy, but it's just not working like it should be. So I'm gonna bring in my new enforcer." and then you could have like Solo show a little bit of because Solo's whole thing is like he's stoic and he no-sell shit, right? So if fucking Fatu came in for the first time, we would see Solo showing emotion like, damn, like this nigga's trying to replace me. Well, you know what I'm saying?
Like, what time? Let me see when his contract is up.
Put Jacob versus Solo. That would sell fucking tickets.
Right.
Oh my god.
That
would be like Barbarian versus Ming. Y'all remember that?
Right. And then Fatu's cool because he's got like this swag to him because like he would do exactly like what Roman says, but because Fatu just has like this I don't give a fuck energy, he would get over. And it would get to a point where like he would start getting louder reactions to Roman. It would kind of be similar to like Triple H Batista. Like Triple H kind of like
I would say this.
God damn, that whiskey good.
I would say this, right? His contract isn't over until late 2025.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn. Well,
what about
I think he's too real. He reminds me of the Briscoes because like the Briscoes, you know, rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. I've always said this before, like the Usos when they were a tag team, they were a great tag team, but the Usos to me were always like a PG watered down version of the Briscoes because the way that the Briscoes were, like they were too real, and I always thought that WWE was afraid of them, and it's just like I think WWE is afraid of Fatu. I don't think Fatu would say or do anything bad.
I think WWE
was too raw.
I think WWE was afraid that the Briscoes
would do business. Didn't Triple H want the Briscoes? Didn't Triple H?
Yeah. He wanted them for NXT like when it first started.
Yeah,
whether or not they
for the first takeover, right?
How far he went to sign them, I don't know. I don't know.
No, but like, what about Zilla though? Zilla Fatu, the youngest of Umaga's kids.
Last I heard, he had a record too, but I know he was doing indies. And I heard a report, I think Sandman posted a couple of weeks ago that, he wasn't taking indie bookings anymore. And usually when that happens, they're about to, go to WWE or some other bigger company. So
yeah, put him against Solo. That would work.
Yeah. They definitely need some new bloodline, like some new blood, literally, because this shit right now, it's not working. It's not working at all.
They could just fuck around and get The Rock's daughter involved to explain.
But what I'm seeing through like if you look at Paul Heyman's Instagram, there was a photo of Heyman and Ava Rain.
Ava Rain was stay off TV. She's trash.
He was pointing at his cell phone.
He hasn't even wrestled yet.
What they could do in the worst case scenario, I know the group is called a bloodline, but in the worst case scenario, Sami Zayn's proof that you don't got to be blood to be in the group. You could have Heyman recruit other Paul Heyman guys. Like, what if you put Braun Breaker with them? As an understudy.
That would work too. That would work too.
But I would say this, right? I'm glad this is a perfect segue, given the fact that WWE. They want to get rid of the old school records and make new records. And Roman Reigns, he's closer to Hulk Hogan's record.
He would have to hold that belt for like 300 more days to break out.
Yeah, I think the fans will fucking have enough of that shit.
Yeah, I know several people who will have heart attacks if Roman keeps the title.
Yeah. And I would say, have, I guess, a Braun Breaker or whatever. Have a Braun Breaker help him retain the belt. Or, because you remember, this dude was endorsing, he was endorsing NXT talent. What if they was to do something like this? Have Roman and The Rock at WrestleMania. And have, and have Ava Rain turn on her father.
Man, if they were gonna have The Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania, it would have been happened by now.
All right, let's just keep it real. There's only one wrestler that fits to beat Roman Reigns for the title, and his name is Gunther.
Yeah, true.
He's the only one.
No, he's not. You know why he's not the only one?
Reigns versus
you're not gonna have a dominant like you already see the tribal chief was really dominant. They're not gonna have another heel be as dominant as you know what I mean.
He's getting over though.
Have you watched did you watch Raw yesterday? The
yes,
fans
I did.
starting to cheer.
I think Gunther's going to get over as a monster face because he's not really being booed. They're booing.
They're cheering for Gunther.
Those chops.
Right. He's getting Goldberg.
Chops.
It's like Goldberg. He's getting over just from being a killer.
Just being a badass. He's getting right. Heat from the fans.
Those chops are going to kill somebody one day.
The only man that should beat Roman Reigns.
Yeah, they got to be careful with this Gable thing because I know they want to run back Gable and Gunther. I'm like, yeah, but if they're not careful, like Gunther might get over as a face. I think he's already getting over. We'll see where it is in a couple of months, I guess.
And if Gunther doesn't get a rematch on him, that's cool. Like I like the fact that he's basically having the whole Alpha Academy storyline. I like that. Like so, for instance, if he goes back out there and, I guess you could say he loses the big one, he will have the safety net when it comes to the Alpha Academy storyline because he's going to keep on recruiting people. He'll be, when it comes to him having a character, he'll always have the character as a teacher of the Alpha Academy. Is it Alpha? It's Alpha Academy, right?
Yeah, Alpha Academy. You're right.
He will have that character. Him being Gunther, that doesn't have to happen right now. Now, he's solidified.
The funniest part about Chad Gable is that he's an Olympic goof, just like Kurt Angle was.
Yeah, like he is.
That's what makes me so upset. They want to make a new Kurt Angle, and it's like, bro, you've had one on your roster for 10 fucking years, and now they're finally realizing, let's use him. Like, Jesus, fuck you, Vince. Seriously.
The one thing about Triple H I do appreciate is that you notice things about a Triple H led show. Is that people have a purpose now.
I hate to say it, Jason Jordan made Gable corny. That was the problem.
Him being Kurt Angle's son was just a wrong move. God, Vince.
Jason Jordan was just fucking corny, and
my black son.
The only issue with Triple H, to what Sandman was saying, the only issue Triple H is that he's going to do what he can, but it's like so many people on the roster have not been presented as anything but they have not been presented as important. So now Triple H is finally trying to give them their flowers. But it's like the fans aren't reacting to him.
The way R say it. Triple H being a bitch, he never wants to slap his fucking son-in-law, his father-in-law in the fucking face.
Right. Like last night, it's like some people were happy that Gargano's back with Ciampa, and people are expecting like the old DIY days from like Black and Gold NXT, and I'm like, dude, he fucking dropped out to the Imperium guy. They don't beat anybody. Got like no reaction at all. So it's like. Yeah, so it's like this is going to be a long climb back to the top. Like we have to we're basically having to start all over again, which is fucking
big ups to Kaiser Rover actually getting the win.
Yeah.
Right.
That vignette of Kaiser Roll, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, was just the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
What the fuck was that?
What is it? European excellence? Like, what the fuck?
I think they're doing something with Kaiser. I think they want to start pushing him a little.
They like how he sounds. That's what it is. He has
that. They made a video package of Gunther, which was fire. But yeah,
they did. They was basically amping us up for that intercontinental title match between him and Big Bronson Reed.
Big Bronson Reed. Hey, I actually was impressed with Bronson Reed that night.
Bronson Reed's chest was looking purple by the end of the match.
Dude, that was a great match.
Like someone's gonna die.
And you got people out there shitting on the match. It's like, yo, come on, like
I liked it.
We cannot do that. You know
they only do that
just sit there and always look for the bad things.
Needs to end.
We cannot. You know what needs to end? Motherfuckers hate watching when it comes to wrestling. A lot of people do that shit and try to look for any negative part in wrestling shows and just stretch that shit and be like, oh, Look, this could have been a perfect show, but look at this that happened. Now I'm done. I'm over it. Oh, look at this show. There was nobody there. This show sucked. I'm tired of motherfuckers like that shit. It's like, yo, damn. So,
but who saw that Edge promo, and then the fans in the background was like, oh god.
Yeah, like
the entire front row was populated, and then you look and you pan back, and there was like a shitload of empty seats. I was like, oh, Edge, what are you doing? Just what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like, but it's like, why can't he? If he's happy, he's happy.
No.
That's my main thing. Everybody think like, oh, what if Edge don't want to be around a lot of people like that? Maybe he just wanted to have some fun. Like he already wrestled around millions of people.
Or that's not what it is. I'm starting to see Edge is falling into that dark alley that wrestlers just can't give it up. He can't give it up.
No. Hold up.
No, hold on. No, let me finish. Let me finish.
All right.
Y'all can't say how a motherfucker feels. Maybe they don't want to be on that type of time when everybody's just flooding their inbox, flooding their fucking social life. Maybe they just want to just do what they love, not around a lot of people. Did you ever think of that?
But there's
Here's what's going on with Edge. Here's what's going on with Edge, and you guys know how I feel about him because I've never cared for Edge, and I always thought he was a little overrated. But I don't have to like him to see what's going on. What's going on with Edge is he's going through that wrestling midlife crisis that was stolen from him because he was forced to retire. He was forced to retire in 2011. That sucked for him.
Wouldn't you say the same thing about Bryan Danielson and Saraya then?
Well, I don't know about Saraya. I don't know about her.
Brian was like,
but the point I'm making is
my people was at that same show in Toronto. Was that Wrestle Dream? He said that shit was packed.
Right.
When Edge showed up, it was packed.
Edge was never
like these motherfuckers. Hold on, these motherfuckers. What they would do? They would copy and paste. And you know what I mean? When it comes to editing, they will copy and paste shit. So it will look like this dude Edge was in was in an empty arena, which he wasn't. My people was there.
Exactly.
But like it's like, yo, come on, what the fuck is that? These motherfuckers are retarded. It's Edge they really gunning for Edge because he decided to go to another company.
No.
Why can't he go to another company?
Edge has been in the WWE. He's one of the few wrestlers who has been in the same system since his debut. Because outside of the Indies before WWE, he had like a few jobber appearances, like on the WCW shows, like WCW Pro. But once he made his WWE debut, he was in WWE the entire time. So he never was able to travel and see the world like so many other of his wrestlers were able to.
Like I'm not mad.
He's getting it out of the system. That's what he's doing.
Like I'm not mad at all at Edge for choosing what he chose. I mean, do what you need to do to get everything out of your system and to make sure that you live your best life.
It's not even what he needs to do. It's what he wants to do. Like this is something he just did something.
Right.
He just want to he want to go to other companies. Why not?
Selective.
Motherfuckers be thinking he's fucking obligated. He's obligated to stay to WWE forever. That's ridiculous. If he wants to go somewhere, let him go somewhere else.
Yeah, Triple H even said at the little post conference thing, for that last show that they left on good terms. And as someone who doesn't like Edge, I'll give him his credit. The thing about him I noticed was when they did the press conference at Wrestle Dream, he was up there with Tony Khan. And the thing I noticed about him immediately, not one time did he interrupt TK, like Punk, because Punk would constantly interrupt TK all the time. So, like
Punk bitched TK on a weekly basis.
Yeah, so Edge is respectful. So it's like you know what, I may not care for the guy, but he's a wrestling legend. He's not going to cause any trouble. Like, what's the problem?
Yeah, key word.
There's no problem at all with
wrestling. That's the key word. Wrestling.
Like
it's all about wrestling. He don't have to be He doesn't have to be a WWE legend. And
Right.
that's what people's failing to understand. Like he go whatever the fuck he want. Like I can't wait, yo. You know what I mean? Like, what if this dude Undertaker was to go to AEW? Oh my god, it'll be anarchy on social media.
Oh yeah, it will be.
But y'all cool. But y'all cool with Undertaker going to NXT though. Okay, cool. All right.
One last thing. This is the last thing I gotta say, and I'm gonna insult not any of you guys, but I just got to get this out of my system, right? I've never understood the whole attendance thing. Like people love to make fun of like crowds that are half empty. This goes beyond wrestling, and we've talked about this on the roundtable before. I've seen live events, wrestling shows, basketball games, football games that have like 10,000 people, but they're fucking sitting on their hands on their phones, not reacting to anything. But then
Like
I've also seen crowds
right.
that are like 700, 800 people, but they're so loud, it would make you think that there's 10,000 people. And so when I'm watching something, whether it's sports or wrestling or whatever, the only thing I really care about is there's nothing worse than dead air, you know? But if it's
Right.
exciting and people are reacting, that's what I care for. But I understand that there is a contingent of fans out there. All they care about is something looking good. And I feel like if you're one of those fans out there where you just want it to look good, I feel like you're one of those dudes. You probably want a trophy girlfriend or a trophy wife. Like you want that chick that looks good, but doesn't have any fucking personality or anything to say. She just lays there in bed and just does missionary every time. Like if you're into that, like, nah, bro. Nah, I would rather have like an average looking chick that actually has personality, can cook, can actually do a bunch of other things than just some really attractive chick that's just sitting there doing fucking nothing, you know? Because last night, like just earlier, we were giving the flowers to Gunther and Bronson Reed. That was a good ass match. But when that match first started, like they were just fucking sitting on their hands. They weren't reacting to anything. But to their credit, they actually got the crowd to react, and by the end, they were on their feet.
Got them to care.
Really,
They was over.
really
They
good.
was over here last night. They was over here.
Right. But just so many times in WWE, like I'll see like 15,000, 20,000, 25,000. It's like, yeah, it looks good, but like at the 25,000, only like 1,000 are reacting. But so many fans these days, it's like they just care about it looking good. It's like, is that all you care about? Like a game could have like the best graphics ever, but if it plays like shit, it's still a shit game. I don't care how good it looks, but whatever.
Right. Anyways, let's get up out of here.
Alrighty.
Already know the vibes. I'll let y'all know ahead of time if I'm going live on Friday because I have a busy weekend ahead of me. Yo, we broke records tonight, man.
Yo, we talked about a lot this episode.
Yeah, we did that. We broke records. The numbers is up there.
Spinal.
Word. I agree. Piece
Like
of
what-
Henny God, Ballet, Virgo, baby. You already know. My admin, this dude, y'all crazy out there. Ozgirl Ozcon. I think he's from Russia. I don't know. Anyways, keep y'all posted and make sure y'all look for those damn posts that I'll be posting daily when it comes to wrestling content, movie content.
Yo, Sandman's right. I am messy though.
Huh? You said what?
I said you're right, Sandman. I am messy.
Yeah, you are. I know. It's all good.
Yeah.
Peace out, motherfucker.